Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and it's time for a MOC review. Well, I've got actually 5 MOCs I'll be reviewing today. So, we'll start with, well, one that I've actually had created many years ago. Back in 2010, I had a TOA, and well, to put this in perspective, it's no secret that I love Rob Zombie, his music, his movies, his artwork. He's my favorite heavy metal singer of all time, vocalist of all time. He does some great work with movies, except, well, Lords of Salem was kind of not too crazy about that one. And you know what? Hellbilly Deluxe is still my favorite Rob Zombie album. Yeah, I know The Sinister Urge is a fan favorite, but hey, this album is my favorite, so fuck you. Rob Zombie is definitely my favorite heavy metal musician. And you know what? White Zombie is still my favorite metal band of all time. You know, even if, you know, they're not around anymore. But hey, Rob Zombie still continues in White Zombie's legacy throughout his music. And with an 8th studio album coming out this year, hopefully, you know, what better time to celebrate the awesomeness of Rob Zombie's heavy metal, industrial metal fun than with a recreation of a MOC that I built. Well, this version I actually built couple years ago or so, and I took it apart for whatever reason and decided to rebuild it with fresh ideas and whatnot. So, turn this around. Behold, Rob Zombie, TOA of Industrialism. Yeah, Industrialism because, you know, industrial metal. So, that's apparently a thing he was experimenting with White Zombie's Astro Creep 2000 with industrial loops and whatnot. Well, this Rob Zombie's self-mock, in my opinion. So, Rob Zombie, if you're watching this, this is you in bionicle form. So, I incorporated the gearbox from G2. I will get this out of the way real quick. He does have a massive fucking scythe. This is the blade, and yeah, it's big, and it's weighty as a result. But hey, it works. These are 12 long axle rods right here. You know, I mean that's simple, but hey, it's effective. Color scheme is black, gunmetal, red, dark gray, silver, and translucent green for the head. I mean, this is a fairly simple, you know, design right here, so it's not really much that. I'm going to take this off for now, because it's kind of, you know, weighing down and getting in the way. Other weapons he has, well, he does have this arm-mounted, you know, little thing that he can shoot out micro arrows, and, you know, that's cool, you know. He also has this blade, serrate blade on his other arm, you know. So he does have these paw pieces from CCBS as like shoulder pauldron type of things, which are mounted on his arms. He does have these quasi-cores, which I think is a nice aesthetically pleasing choice. The torso is interesting. I actually used the tallest of the CCBS torsos. I unfortunately had to, you know, twist off the outer ball joints in order to achieve what I did here. So basically, you know, if I take this off, wow, that was too simple. Basically, this is from Core Hunter, and I like Core Hunter. He was cool. And yeah, you can see there's some 3-size armor shells There, you got a heart light type of thing. Come on, camera, quit being retarded. There we go. Also, this piece, which just floats there, but it works, you know, when being pinned into place with this. So it floats, but hey, the crotch armor is definitely useful right there. He does have a couple of these pieces right there underneath the gearbox. This one is pressure fitted, also with a pin, and into the ball joint back there. So I wouldn't recommend doing that because it could stress out the piece, but hey. And there's a red stud right there underneath the gear. Speaking of the gears, and he does have that. He does have a couple of support gears. He does do this. So that's his gear function for when he's, you know, swinging a scythe up and down. He does have the Core Hunter mask thing, which, you know, that's I like the aesthetic of this mask, so I figured why not use it for a Toa character. And yes, I did this because that achieved, you know, what you're seeing. The CCBS whatever the fuck that's called. Why can't I remember what that's called? Friction adder on the classic Iron Man heads with the Core Hunter mask thing, and I think this is a pretty cool. It just really looks nightmarish, so I guess that's like something you'd see out of a horror film in a way, which, you know, Rob Zombie does horror films for the most part. The feet are nothing special, they're just the CCBS feet. He does have these bull rock eyes in silver on each foot, on one side at least. And the legs are pretty simple, you know. Went easy with this one, so, you know, using those pieces in gunmetal, using that piece in gunmetal, using that piece in black. A couple of friction adders on each, you know, joint, you know. Speaking of joints with articulation, he can still do this and still go pretty far back. But the friction adder definitely limits the possibilities slightly. But at least he has a kneecap protection guard thing, I guess you can say. You can even hyperextend slightly. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Foot can go that way. Foot can go this way. Arms, you know, based on the articulation here, you can go all the way around, which, you know, it's quite amazing. You can definitely go left or right a little bit. You can go up like that. Bend, fist, you know, obviously it's typical articulation. Obviously it's the same here with this arm with an added gear function, so he can do that. And obviously the head is still movable, so he can look all the way down or look all the way up. You can get some expression out of him too, so that's interesting. So now Rob Zombie is famous for his long hair. I didn't know how I was going to incorporate it into this, so I didn't. Overall, Rob Zombie, Toa of Industrialism, because, you know, industrial music, is kind of like a tribute to my favorite heavy metal musician. It's quite a interesting MOC, and, you know, if you like Rob Zombie as well, you might want to build something like this. In fact, I implore you to try to build my version or expand upon it and build your own to some degree. This is definitely a nice, heartwarming tribute to Mr. Rob Zombie. I feel like he would be humbled to have a self-mock in the realm of Bionicle, so I just really like this, so, you know. Well, that's Rob Zombie. Toa Rob Zombie. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I would sing Dracula, but I don't feel like getting a copyright claim. So yeah, Rob Zombie. So that is that. Put you right there. I got 4 more MOCs to review, so stay tuned for that. Oh, T. Got the T. So stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.